From the realm of fire itself, Hammerhal Aksha is one of the most respected and majestic cities of all the mortal realms. Its foundations are laid upon the seed of hope amidst great battles of blood and fire. In this video, we'll be taking our battle-ready Hammerhal Aksha Free Guild Steelhelm Sergeant at Arms to the next level. By adding these extra steps on top of our battle-ready guide, you can make your Free Guild army stand out and look amazing on the battlefield. The paints we'll be using are on the screen right now, and any additional equipment we've used, but you can use any brushes you feel most comfortable with. If you haven't started painting your Free Guild Steelhelms at all, go check out our battle-ready guide out first. And if you're new to painting or want to brush up on your skills, you can check out our Citadel Colour Painting Essentials videos to learn all about paints and painting techniques. We'll start with Stormhost Silver to add some highlights to our armour, chainmail, weapons and brass details. We'll use a small layer brush so we can get a nice sharp highlight on those details. We can get a nice point to our brush by rolling it on the palette when we add paint to our brush. This makes sure that those bristles are nice and pointed. Just take your time and pick out those nice sharp edges. We can also add some chipping and scratches to the armour by adding a few small lines in some areas, especially those that may receive the most damage in battle. Next, we'll apply Evil Sun Scarlet to the red cloth and shield wood. We'll add a nice chunky highlight to the edges of the cloth and any folds. Then we'll add small lines on the shield, following the grain of wood, focusing on the most worn edges for a stronger highlight. Once we have that highlight done, we can use Besticore Flesh to add an edge highlight to our red cloth and wood, adding a sharper, brighter edge to those details we started, but making sure that it's still small enough that we can see the Evil Sun Scarlet still through it, emphasising our lighting. We'll also use this colour to highlight our orange cloth as well. As this is a lighter cloth, we'll only use one highlight for it. Now we'll add a chunky highlight of Eshin Grey to our black details, focusing mostly on the cloth folds and the shield trim. Just remember to keep that brush pointed and use the side of your brush for that trim detail. For the trim, we want to make sure that we highlight most of those edges and lines, making sure it looks solid like black metal. And for our edge highlight for the black, we'll apply Administratum Grey on top, keeping those lines small and neat, making the black look even sharper. When highlighting different textures with the same colours, it's important to know how light would hit on those types of details. For the cloth, it tends to be much darker in those shadows, so only highlight the very tops of the folds with this colour. Now we can look at the leather details, and we'll start with a chunky highlight of Gorthor Brown for the raised folds and edges. If you have painted your weapon hafts in the same colour from our previous video, you can also use this to highlight the wood. Worn leather has a rough edge, so we want to make sure that we get every edge of the straps and folds. This creates more of a worn-torn style for your troops. After that, we can add an edge highlight of Baneblade Brown to those very edges and raised areas of the leather. Picking out some folds and edges with this colour, as well as making a few scratches, can add so much character to your models, making them look even more realistic. Now we can move on to the skin we started painting in our battle-ready guide. We went for a darker skin tone like on the box art miniature, so we'll add a light layer on the cheeks, nose, lower face of Blood Reaver flesh, leaving the recesses nice and dark. Just use a small amount of thinned paint, using the tip of the brush to gently apply it on those details. If you find you've filled in a recess, you can always go back with the previous colours in our battle-ready guide. Next, we'll finish off the skin with a smaller, sharp highlight of Night Questor flesh on the top areas of the cheek, nose and lips. Just keep it light in application to keep it as natural as possible. And to finish off our model, we'll be using Screaming Skull to highlight our cream details like the shield centre, cloth trim and weapon hafts. And there we are, your Hammerhal Aksha Sergeant at Arms is looking amazing with those extra little details. When painting the rest of this unit, you can paint as much or as little of these extra details as you want. For more tutorials, tips and tricks, check out citadelcolour.com or head to your local Warhammer store where our amazing staff will be happy to help you. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see you next time. Bye bye!